Ajarkanlah dhamma demi kasih sayang kepada mereka.
Good evening.
Selamat sore.
Before you will listen Dhamma talk, Dhamma sermon, do you like to observe in 5%?
Akan mengajarkan Pancasila sebelum Dhamma Talk.
Okay. With smile, bring your palms together and keep your palms middle of your heart.
Marilah kita bersama-sama tersenyum dan bersikap anjali.
Now, with a kind smile, please recite Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa 3 times. Repeat after me. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Pāṇātiපාtā vīramaṇī sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. Adinādāna vīramaṇī sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. කාමේසු මිච්ඡාචාරා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි. මුසාවාදා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි. සුරාමේරය මජ්ජපමාදට්ඨානා වේරමණී සික්ඛාපදං සමාදියාමි. නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස. නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස. නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස. සමන්ත චක්කවාලේසු අන්ත්‍රා ගච්ඡන්තු දේවතා සද්ධම්මං මුනි රාජස් සුනන්තු සංඝ මොක්ඛදං ධම්මස්සවන කාලෝ අයං වදන්තා. ධම්මස්සවන කාලෝ අයං වදන්තා. ධම්මස්සවන කාලෝ අයං වදන්තාති. යෝ මාතරං වා පිතරං වා ජින්නකං ගත යොම්බනං ආහුනේයං සම්පරා භවතු මුඛං. සාදු සාදු සාදු.
Membacakan Aradhana Devata untuk mengundang para dewa. Semoga semua dewa di alam semesta yang hadir di sini mendengarkan dhamma dari Sang Bijaksana yang membimbing umat ke surga dan kebebasan, di alam surga dan di alam neraka, di puncak-puncak gunung, di angkasa raya, di pulau-pulau, di desa-desa dan kota, di hutan belukar, di sekeliling rumah, ladang. Semoga dewa bumi mendekat, datang melalui air, daratan ataupun angkasa, bersama-sama dengan Yaka, Gandharva, dan para naga. Dan semoga dimanapun mereka berada, mereka dapat mendengarkan sabda Sang Bijaksana. Sekarang tiba saatnya melihat Sang Buddha. Sekarang tiba saatnya mendengarkan Sang Dhamma. Sekarang tiba saatnya menghormati para sangha. Dan Bante menambahkan satu kata dari para bawa suta, yo matarang pitarang wa cinama, katayo banang, pahu santo na baranti, tang para bawa do. Dia yang walaupun hidup berkecukupan, namun tidak menyokong atau membantu ayah dan ibunya yang sudah tua dan lemah, inilah salah satu penyebab peruntuhan seseorang.
On this beautiful evening, you all must observe 5 precepts. And now you are going to listen Dhamma, our Lord Buddha's teaching. Today, I'm going to explain to you very important Buddha's teaching from the Sabramaka Sutta and from the Parabhava Sutta. These suttas, they are Dharma teachings, very, very good for the all human, especially Buddhist teaching, Buddha's message, Dhamma, not only for the Buddhist followers. This teaching good for all the human beings. This teaching helping to us develop our good qualities. The Buddhism always try to help us develop, make the very intelligent people. That's why we call Buddhism. It's not the religion. Buddhism is the philosophy.
Kita mengamalkan dan menjalankan Pancasila, nanti akan membawakan Dhamma, Sabramaka Sutta, dan sedikit Parabhava Sutta. Karena di Indonesia kita baru merayakan Hari Ibu, nanti akan menjelaskan ajaran-ajaran Sang Agung, Sang Buddha Gautama yang universal, yang berlaku umum, tidak hanya untuk yang beragama Buddha, tetapi semua makhluk hidup.
Few days ago, our Indonesian friends, Dhamma friends, you all celebrate Mother's Day, right?
Kita baru saja merayakan Hari Ibu.
First, I would like to wish all the mothers kindly understand. May all the mothers always be well, happy, and peaceful, and have a happy Mother's Day.
Kepada para ibu yang berada di sini, nanti memberikan blessing, semoga selalu sehat, bahagia, dan damai. Dan selamat Hari Ibu.
Children, Mother's Day is not one day. Mother's Day is every day.
Untuk para anak-anak, Hari Ibu itu setiap hari, tidak cuma satu hari satu tahun.
If you like highest blessing, if you need highest blessing, if you want to continue this life with the highest blessing, if you need always, if you like to be happy and happy this life, please kindly, respectfully take care of your loving mother and loving father. After you are take care of them kindly, they are going to be happy. The result, good benefits will back to you, come to you. They are the highest blessing.
Kalau kita mau menginginkan berkah utama, salah satu berkah utama itu membantu dan mensupport orang tua. Dengan mensupport dan selalu membantu orang tua, kita akan mendapatkan berkah utama dalam kehidupan sehari-hari.
Mangala Sutta, Buddha preached to us, Mata Pitu Upattana, Uttadarasa Sanghaho, Anakula Jakammanta, Etam Mangala Buddha. Children, kindly take care of your mother and father. You will have highest blessing. And Buddha preached to us, explained to us from the Sabramaka Sutta. Who are your parents? These are very, very meaningful expressions.
Mahamanggala Sutta, Sang Buddha mengajarkan 38 perkara utama. Salah satunya Mata Pitu Upattana, Uttadarasa Sanghaho Etang Manggala Muttamang. Mata Pitu Upattana membantu ayah dan ibu. Uttadarasa Sanghaho menunjang anak dan pasangan hidup. Itulah berkah utama.
Our Lord Buddha give to very, very meaningful, blissful, 4 kind of names with our parents. Buddha said to us, your loving mother, your loving father, they are your Brahma. Dear children, your 2 Brahmas living at your home.
Orang tua adalah orang yang sangat berjasa besar bagi kita semua, yang selalu menolong kita. Mereka adalah Brahma. Maka Sang Buddha mengatakan Brahmati Mata Pieta. Ibu dan ayah disebut Brahma.
Brahma, your parents, they have beautiful qualities. They are always sharing, take care of you. They are doing beautiful guidance for you with metta, karuna, upekka. They are having your parents. That's why we are calling to your parents and our parents Brahma. Jadi metta, karuna, udita, upekka.
Orang tua kita membesarkan kita dan mendidik kita sampai dewasa dengan Brahmawihara, 4 nilai-nilai luhur Brahma, metta, karuna, mudita, dan upekka. Mereka membesarkan kita dengan nilai-nilai luhur supaya kita juga bisa hidup di jalan yang benar dan bahagia.
And other names, they are your parents. Your Buddha called them our parents are your Purva Deva. They are your living spiritual, they are your living deities.
Bisa juga disebut dewa hidup di dalam rumah. Orang tua kita bisa juga disebut dewa hidup yang di dalam rumah.
Your parents are your Purvacharya, your teachers. They are your teachers. Nowadays, you having many teachers around the world, right? For the different subjects. But your mother and your father, they are the first loving kindness teachers. They are kindly, respectfully take care of, and they want to take care of their children. That's why Buddha said to us, all the houses around the world had loving kindness teachers who are
Yang kedua ada Ubhajariyati Ucare. Orang tua adalah guru-guru pertama kita yang mengajarkan kita melangkah, makan, sampai kita tua juga. mereka juga terus-menerus mengajarkan kita. Di rumah-rumah yang punya menghormati orang tua, di rumah itulah dewa akan hidup.
Did you know our parents are very well and how much they are important us, how much sacrifice their life for us, how much good qualities having there. Without their kind support, without their kindly take care of us, without their helping to us, guidance to us, courage to us, we don't have beautiful life. That's why, please think kindly them and support to them, help to them. Lord Buddha teach to us they are the Ahu nature. They have these qualities. Kindly, when they need help, for example, materially, when they sick, when they tired, what do you have to do? You have to kindly help them. If they need medicine, when they sick, you have to buy medicine kindly. You have to give the medicine kindly. If they need different kind of food, you have to buy and you have to give them kindly. If they need different kind of medical support or whatever, different clothes, whatever materials, good house, if you having money, my dear dumb friend, kindly, respectfully offer them and take care of their body. Not only material things, my dear dumb friend. Help them develop their spiritual. If they want to go to temple, if they want to join these kind of events, if they want to offer in dana for the community of God, if they want to practice meditation, if they want to help each other, please understand their mind and thought. Please help them develop material spirituality.
Faktor ketiga, ahune mencakup tanam wajaya dan upah. Maka mereka, orang tua kita, layak menerima pemberian dari anak-anak. Karena mereka membesarkan kita dengan penuh cinta kasih. Waktu kita kecil, waktu kita sakit, orang tua selalu meninggalkan, sesibuk-sibuknya mereka selalu meninggalkan pekerjaan. Sekarang kalau mereka gantian sakit, kalau bisa jangan pakai alasan sibuk, nggak bisa anterin ke dokter. Kalau bisa anterin. Kalau orang tua perlu material, sebisa mungkin disupport. Kalau mereka mau praktis spiritual, mau ke wihara, ya diantar ke wihara. Kalau mau memberikan dana, dia sering-sering diajak ke wihara.
Children, if you take care of their mind and physical body this way, they are always kindly think their kind children and they are spreading their kindness and all the good qualities they are children. From your parents' blessing, they are better blessing there. For example, if you need good blessing from your parents, if you want to make their mind and physical body, please help them. You can continue your this life, next life, circle of samsara with the happy thoughts.
Kalau kita memperlakukan orang tua dengan baik dan merawat mereka dengan baik, mereka akan bahagia dan memberikan blessing ke kita. Blessing orang tua itu paling tinggi, tertinggi dari orang tua kita dibanding dari siapapun. Jadi kalau kita mempunyai berkah utama dari orang tua, kehidupan juga akan lancar, bahagia dan sehat di kehidupan ini dan di kehidupan yang akan datang.
Some children maybe with a different with a problem, with the associate problem, with the society problem, maybe circle of the samsara, some of karma. Sometimes some children not take care of their parents. Right?
Kadang ada beberapa anak yang tidak memperlakukan orang tuanya dengan baik.
Parents sometimes they are not going to be angry with their children because they love their children, they are sharing blessing, but they don't have a happy life. Why? They are not taking care of their parents.
Kalau orang anaknya tidak memperlakukan orang tua dengan baik, orang tuanya juga tidak akan bahagia.
Nobody going to bless them.
Jadi anaknya kehilangan blessing dari orang tua.
Nature also not going to bless them.
Kalau orang tuanya tidak bahagia, tidak memberikan blessing ke anaknya, di lingkungan juga tidak akan ramah dan memberikan blessing kepada anak tersebut.
Our Lord Buddha teaching parables. This is again one that I am going to recite. If you can recite with me, please recite. It's a very meaningful one. It's good Dhamma message. Yo materan wa piteran wa jinnakang gate yombenang pausanto nabarti dhampara bhavato. If you don't look after your parents, your life will become
Dia yang walaupun hidup berkecukupan namun tidak menyokong membantu ayah dan ibunya yang sudah tua dan lemah, inilah penyebab keruntuhan seseorang.
If you take care of your parents, you will have good benefits. If you not take care of your parents, you will have bad karma. Nobody can help you. If you have good karma, you can continue your life happy. If someone having bad karma, nobody will help their mind, their physical body, their circle of samsara suffer. And also their family, their friends, their relatives, neighbors, who are they know they are not taking care of their parents. All the people in nature share spreading bad towards bad. We don't like bad person. We don't like bad. We don't like listen to outside people bad thoughts. What we have to do? Think good. Do good. Please try to develop metta karuna without. Whatever you want to do, please do every day your day-to-day activities Whatever you want to share in your parents and each other, nature also do everything with positive thoughts. Loving kindness. Buddha bless you, Buddha will bless you, Dhamma will bless you, Sangha will bless you. Not only people, all the devas, deities, other spiritual beings, nature, blessing you. These blessings always good around you, helping you, but do.
Kalau kita memperlakukan dan menghormati orang tua, kehidupan kita akan sukses dan bahagia. Kalau kita menyia-nyiakan, menelantarkan orang tua, kita juga hidupnya bakalan susah karena sanak saudara juga melihat bagaimana kita memperlakukan orang tua. Teman-teman, tetangga, rekan bisnis, semua jadi menjauh. Jadi kehidupan kita juga akan menurun, terus menurun. Sebaiknya kita perlakukan orang tua dengan penuh metta, karunia, mudita, dan mereka untuk kehidupan kesuksesan kita masing-masing.
This is my Dhamma message. Now, if you have any questions, please ask.
Saya mau menambahkan, karena kalau kita menghormati orang tua, kita akan dilindungi oleh Buddha, Dhamma, dan Sangha. Tidak hanya Triratna, tapi juga para dewa, makhluk yang terlihat dan tidak terlihat. Sekarang Bante membuka sesi tanya jawab. They need to compile their questions, so they sing first, and then question and answer.
I like song.
Oke, berhubung Bante sudah membuka sesi tanya jawab, kita menyediakan dua metode ya. Metode yang pertama adalah pertanyaan secara lisan. Bagi Bapak Ibu dan teman-teman sedharma juga boleh angkat tangan dan maju ke depan untuk bertanya secara langsung kepada Bante. Atau metode kedua itu pertanyaan tertulis. Pertanyaan itu bisa ditulis di kertas di kantong yang telah disediakan di dekat kursi Bapak Ibu. Dan apabila sudah selesai ditulis, nanti Bapak Ibu angkat kertasnya ya, biasanya bisa ambil. Di situ juga kalau misal kertas yang nggak ada juga nanti boleh minta ke saya pas saya keliling. Oke, sambil menunggu pertanyaan masuk, marilah kita membuka buku tuntunan kebaktian kita untuk menyanyikan lagu secara bersama-sama. Kepada petugas dipersilakan.
Oke, Bapak Ibu, terimalah salam dalam Buddhis Namo Buddhaya. Marilah kita menyanyikan satu buah lagu bersama-sama. Untuk lirik sudah tersedia di depan. Wake up in the morning with the sun shining bright. Wake up in the morning, never waste precious time. Wake up in the morning with the sun shining bright. Wake up in the morning, never waste precious time. Buddha is my teacher, Dhamma is my guide, Sangha is a precious guide, show me what is right. Buddha is my teacher, Dhamma is my guide, Sangha is a precious guide, show me what is right. Triple Gem is the sunshine of my life. Buddha is my teacher, Dharma is my guide, Sangha is a precious guide, you show me what is right. Buddha is my teacher, Dharma is my guide, Sangha is a precious guide, you show me what is right. Wake up in the morning with the sun shining bright. Wake up in the morning, never waste, precious time. Wake up in the morning with the sun shining bright. Wake up in the morning, never waste, precious time. Wake up in the morning with the sun shining bright. Wake up in the morning, never waste precious time. Wake up in the morning with the sun shining bright. Wake up in the morning, never waste precious time. Triple Gem is the sunshine of my life.
So also meaningful song. Thank you.
Kini kita telah memasuki sesi Dhamma di sana. Untuk sesi pertama kita akan buka untuk pertanyaan secara lisan. Apakah silakan Bu, maju ke depan.
Good evening, Bante. Can I ask late other than the one that you explained this time? So another question. First, my question is how to control our mind, still keep it peaceful, because basically we live in the environment where we work daily. Sometimes also we have some concept. Maybe confrontation lah with our colleagues, and also sometimes also maybe we are not the same thought, and we are not always in the same intention, maybe on the same purpose. So how we keep our mind still peaceful with all the college. That is the first question. And then the second one, in Buddhism, do we need to pray to the God or the Buddha in order to get something, or actually no need, because automatically if we do good karma we will get it? That is my question.
Last question. With my experiences, with my experiences, we will give you an answer for your questions. Okay. Sometime when I was very busy, maybe in Sri Lanka, the USA, maybe with the rich people. Sometimes not easy. I am also human being. I am not the enlightened person. Sometimes not easy to control or mind the different problems. At that time, my mind, when my mind was very stressed, my ways. I'm going to find peaceful place. Shrine room. If I eat in Sri Lanka, I go to under the sacred Bodhi tree, Dhammasala, maybe middle of jungle, forest. I go and sit comfortably, make relax my body and make relax my mind. And I also practice. After practice, my own meditation, most of the time, I reduce, recover, and stress by practice. And also another way, sometimes meditation is not easy to practice with a different kind of stressful mind. I'm going to in front of the TV, going in front of the CD player. I'm going to turn on chant or peaceful music, Buddhist music, meditation. I'm sitting in front of them and I close my eyes and relax my body, relax my mind, and listen. They are not working. They're my problem. I go to shrine room and I start to chant, recite and recite. Paranimata Sutta, Mahamangala Sutta. There also I chant Vidimana like that. Dhyana Suttas. In my experience, most of the time, I reduce my problems, stress mind, and I go back and I continue my Dhamma work to other spiritual law, other things.
Jadi pertanyaan pertama, bagaimana cara menenangkan pikiran kalau kita sibuk? Karena sebagai umat biasa kita ada pekerjaan, sanak saudara, urusan-urusan yang banyak. Kata Bante, kalau pengalaman Bante sendiri itu metode pertama, ya soalnya Bante sendiri, Bante yang sangat sibuk, 3 wihara di Amerika, wihara induk di Kote itu cabangnya 1.800. Umatnya banyak sekali, telepon juga berdering-dering tidak putus. Jadi Bante sendiri bilang Bante bukan arahat, masih belum pencapaian kesempurnaan, jadi masih mengalami stres. Langkah pertama biasa Bante meluangkan waktu untuk diri sendiri, ke Cetia, ke altar utama di Kote, menyendiri kalau bisa, bahkan mencari hutan atau duduk di bawah pohon bodhi, meditasi. Kalau tidak metode pertama yang bisa, metode pertama tidak bisa karena saking sibuknya, mendengarkan parita, jadi menenangkan pikiran dengan mendengarkan parita. Kalau itu tidak bisa, nanti biasanya menghadap Sang Buddha, terus chanting, membacakan parita, biasanya Karaniya Metta Sutta, Mahamanggala, sama Bojjhanga. Biasanya 3 itu setelah selesai Bojjhanga biasanya sudah bisa menenangkan.
These practices are not work for your problem. If you have close friend, good friend, Kalyani, please hold them. Whatever problems you have, A to Z, explain. It is also not good for your problem. Go to visit there, face to face discussion. They are also not work. Go to the temple, spiritual place. These will explain hires, monks. They will give you advice.
Yang ketiga pertama itu kan karena Bante sebagai biku. Bante mengajarkan kalau untuk kita, carilah teman, kalyana mitra yang baik, teman yang bisa mendengarkan menyampaikan dengan baik dan memberikan nasihat dengan baik. Kalau kita tidak punya teman, pergilah ke wihara, mencari biku yang bijaksana, kita bisa sharing.
If you have any kind of problems, some problems we have finished by ourselves. We definitely need help. Don't be suffering without sharing others. Please share with them, share the problem with them. You will have peaceful.
Nanti bilang tidak semua masalah harus dipecahkan. Jadi kalau memang kita bukan masalah kita, bicarakan ke teman-teman atau saudara yang sharing. Masalah itu memang ya sudah, biarkan saja, dianalisa saja.
Second question. Our great master, awakened Lord Buddha, is not the God. He said, if you want to practice His teaching, you have to listen, you have to read, you have to understand, practice by yourself. You will see who is the Buddha. The Buddha teaches to us, if someone wants to see who is the Buddha, so Dhammam Pasati, so another answers. If you want to practice 5%, you have to prove by yourself you are going to practice yourself. If you not practice, then you come to temple, sitting in front of the statue with us, you promise you say Buddha, I want to practice, I will never going to practice. Right? The promise you have to do yourself. And if you want to ask, if you like to ask something from the Buddha, it's not good to ask. You have to practice. Have to practice. Answer will come to you. That's the Buddhist way. You going to worship and worship, offering and offering, it's good for your mind, but you don't have very, very important result.
Saran kedua, berpraktek dhamma, karena Sang Buddha Gautama juga mengajarkan beliau sendiri bukan Tuhan. Jadi kalau mau melihat dhamma dan masuk kalau kita mau melihat Buddha, berprakteklah, belajari dhamma, mengerti dhamma dan berpraktek dhamma. Kalau kita ke wihara cuma puja, sembahyang, tapi tidak ada prakteknya, itu kurang. Pertanyaan kedua apa? He already answered? She asked whether it's necessary to come to temple and pray, or just do good, think good, action good, and then the good karma will come to you.
Pray, make your peaceful mind.
Kalau berdoa itu menenangkan pikiran, nggak apa-apa berdoa.
Example, other religious people go to church, go to Hindu shrine, they offer something and ask something. That is okay, but most important practice for the Buddhism, you have to approach yourself and you have to practice. For example, Mata Pitu Pata, Mangala Sutra, you recite 1,000 times, right? Recite. A few minutes ago, we recited all the time. After back to home, your parents need something. If you not share with them, how will happiness go? How will decide? What will decide? Pray, okay. in blessing. We get blessing from without practice.
Berdoa itu oke, karena kepercayaan yang lain juga berdoa. Kalau berdoa itu untuk tujuannya menenangkan pikiran, ya oke, nggak apa-apa. Tapi kita sebagai Buddhis juga harus mengerti pikiran yang baik, tindakan yang baik itu akan mendatangkan dharma yang baik.
Is it okay? Not okay?
Berikutnya, apakah ada yang ingin kita secara lisan lagi? Silakan angkat tangan dan maju. Ya, silakan maju.
Namo Buddhaya today. I would like to allow me to ask two questions. The first one is, as the children, what can we do to support our parents who have passed away? That's the first thing. And the second thing is, if we would like to reunite with our parents in our next life, what can we do in our next life?
First question is after pass to your children, right? Okay. Good question. Yes. Number one answer is, whatever good qualities having your parents before they are done, please follow by them. It's a very good way for parents. Most of parents have a different kind of beautiful, wonderful qualities. Right after passed away, if you don't have these kind of qualities, you have to develop and you have to continue. Yeah, qualities. And after they passed away, please, all the children, remember their kind help, kind support for you. When you were young, when you were children, they was help in many ways. Remember all their qualities and what they did in your life, and you can organize different kind of spiritual activities. If you want to offer dana for the community monks, and after finish dana offering, you can share loving kindness thought, mind to mind. They are circle of samsara. Not only dana. If you want to give something someone, if you want to help to education people, children, if you want to support medical things for the sick people, if you want to develop spiritual place like a temple, if you like to practice meditation, you can practice. After end of this program, you can share your all the accumulated merit, blessing, their circle of samsara.
Jadi kalau orang tuanya waktu masih hidup, kita jaga mereka dengan baik. Kalau orang tuanya sudah almarhum, kita menjaga nama baik keluarga. Jangan bertindak sesuatu yang mengganggu nama keluarga. Jadi kita harus tetap menjaga nama keluarga dengan baik. Terus pelimpahan jasa bisa dengan mengkoordinir dana untuk para sangga, beasiswa, baksos, dan terus menerus mempraktekkan dana, sila, dan bawana. Selama meditasi, kita pancarkan cinta kasih kita kepada orang tua yang sudah meninggal.
Second question.
How do you reunite with a parent on the next life?
Yes.
Pertanyaan kedua, bagaimana cara untuk reuni kembali dengan orang tua kita di kehidupan yang akan datang?
Now, have Bhante Devananda, right? After I'm passed away, I'm going to come back. I will come back with new body, new person, right? If I doing and continue good thing in this life, I will back. I will go on next life with a better and better person than this life. If we have good karma, if you like to your parents, you are continuing your parents like Param, maybe circle of samsara, you will meet them, but maybe you don't know exactly where.
Bante menjelaskan itu tidak bisa ditentukan, soalnya sekarang kehidupan Bante sebagai biku dan kehidupannya akan datang apakah menjadi biku atau di alam lain, orang tua juga, karena hubungan karma itu kompleks. Jadi kalau ada hutang karma mungkin kita bisa ketemu kembali, kalau ada kehidupan yang langsung yang akan datang mungkin di kehidupan yang lain.
Now I am going, this is my temple. You are saying, this is my home. I am saying, this is my parents. You are saying, this is my parents. We are saying, this is my our, right? Everything we are saying in their life. Now, after past day, everything not around me. Everything I think going to be others. Right? After past day, mother or others, sometime, someday, this is not the truth. Someday, after good time, somebody to your door and say, hey, your mom here, your father here, please open the door. How's your feelings? Sometimes, some people say, oh, I am the circle of samsara, your mother, your father, your husband, wife, your temple monks. You have to believe, you're going to open your home, you're going to say, welcome, everybody, you're going to be afraid. By experience, Paramita is very good. You can think, it is like my parents are very good, they are very nice, I want to continue this life with my parents again and again. Good wish, maybe you will have, but with a different body, different person.
Bante menganjurkan untuk terus-menerus mempraktekkan, menyempurnakan paramita, karena di kehidupan ini mungkin ini wihara saya, ini rumah saya, ini badan saya, tapi kalau kita sudah waktunya meninggal, apa yang saya bilang saya bukan milik saya lagi. Jadi seandainya ada orang asing yang datang ketuk-ketuk pintu tengah malam terus bilang kalau mereka itu orang tua kita kan jadi aneh. Ya mungkin mereka orang tua kita di kehidupan, beberapa kehidupan yang lampau, mungkin juga di kehidupan yang akan datang. Jadi janganlah kalau memang ada karma yang baik juga akan menjadi dan melaksanakan paramita, kemungkinan juga akan menjadi orang tua kita kembali. Tapi itu dikurangi karena nilai keakuan itu juga tidak dibawa ke depannya.
I wish you with your parents and all your sisters.
semoga bertemu ke orang tuanya di kehidupan yang akan datang. Ini pertanyaannya susah, soalnya kalau suami istri ada di nakula mata, nakula pita. Bagaimana ketemu terus-terusan jadi suami istri sampai ke alam dewa, sampai pencapaian nibbana. Tapi kalau orang tua tidak ada sebenarnya di suta.
Apakah ada yang ingin minta secara lisan lagi? Kita langsung ke sesi pertanyaan tertulis saja. Untuk pertanyaan tertulis saya serahkan ke translator.
Is it right if killing parents were more than killing Buddha? The greatest impact.
Both they are bad.
Dua-duanya jelek. Ini pertanyaannya, apakah benar kalau membunuh orang tua itu lebih bahaya daripada membunuh sang Buddha?
Remember Abdullah, he tried to kill. He killed so many people, and finally he got the courage and he make 1,000 mala with 1,000 fingers. 99 he had, but only one thing. When Buddha saw mother he want to kill and collect finger and he want to put 6 mala. Its meaning, if he did kill Buddha or mother, bad, their karma, we have reduced, we have finished. Someday they will have bad namaskar. It doesn't matter Buddha, it doesn't matter mother, it doesn't matter Jews. Some people want to destroy the peaceful peace from the spiritual people, monks. This also will welcome.
Menurut Bante, dua-duanya berbahaya, tidak bisa diperbaiki. Bante berikan contoh Anggulimala, karena mendapat guru yang salah, Anggulimala diminta untuk mengumpulkan 1000 jari. Beliau sudah mempunyai 999 jari, kurang 1. Nah, itu waktu itu Buddha dengan melihat dengan mata kebijaksanaan, ibunya akan berada di depan Anggulimala. Jadi Buddha dengan kekuatan yang luhur memberhentikan Anggulimala. Soalnya kalau tidak diberhentikan, beliau akan membunuh ibu sendiri. Jadi itu membunuh orang tua, membunuh Buddha, membunuh arahan dan memporak-porandakan sangga, itu karma yang tidak bisa diperbaiki. Next question, bagaimana jika orang tua yang melarang anaknya ke wihara atau meditasi? Apakah sebagai anak mengikutinya? Okay. The question is, how about if our parents forbid us to go to temple, practice meditation? Say no, cannot go. So what the kids should do? Do we have to follow the parents' advice? Not to go to temple, not to practice meditation, but yeah. Yes. Cannot go to temple, cannot practice meditation.
Parents will be punished 2 ways. They are pushing 2 ways. Sometimes, most of them, they try to say to their children, please come with me. This practice is good for you. You want to be a good person, nice person, good daughter, nice daughter, good son, please come, doesn't Dharma. He installed the Dharma school and followed by these kind of good ways. Some children, they follow by their parents.
Yeah. This is the other case. The parents, they cannot go to temple. Cannot go to temple. Children cannot go to temple. No.
It is their problem.
Ini yang bermasalah orang tuanya.
But the problem is actually, this is not the only their problem. This kind of happen, come to generation to generation, followed by generation to generation. Maybe he or she, parents and their parents, grandparents, they are not teach to their mothers what is supposed to, what is bad. Their parents not went to and not joined these kind of spiritual things. That's why they don't have. That's why they are not going to share their things. They don't have experience. When they have good experience, when they was young, definitely they will teach their children this way. Maybe given to their experiences, and also maybe it's their bad karma.
Tergantung latar belakang orang tua, kenapa mereka melarang anaknya ke wihara. Mungkin sudah beberapa generasi tidak pernah ke wihara. Jadi ya karmanya orang tua melarang anaknya ke wihara. What is the teaching? Whether the parents don't go, not going.
Because they are living under their guidance. Sometimes children cannot destroy their mind. Sometimes they cannot go to their own thoughts, because they are living under the parent guidance. Sometimes the children destroy parent guidance. Sometimes parents get out home. Maybe. I think the good way is slowly and slowly. The children are intelligent. They are slowly and slowly try to explain to their parents, this is not good, this is good, like this. Or who are very close to their parents, and so go to explain their parents' friends. Please say to my parents, I want to go to the temple, I want to practice meditation. Please explain to them, it is good for my life, it is good for my future. Maybe they will go to hope. But I don't want to say angry with the parents, but you don't have, maybe in the future you will go to a temple yourself, maybe after they are old, maybe after they are senior.
Menurut Bende, jangan membantah dan bertengkar dengan orang tua. Diikuti aja, kalau nggak boleh ke wihara ya nggak usah ke wihara, nanti malah berantem, malah diusir. Kalau bisa belajarlah dengan baik, sukses dalam kehidupan, memberi contoh untuk orang tua. Kadang juga sanak saudara, paman dan bibi, mungkin tante-tante juga bisa melihat kualitas anaknya, bisa memberikan nasihat ke orang tua. Pelan-pelan saja, itu semua perlu waktu. Kalau kita sukses, orang tua juga sudah sepuh, sudah menjadi tua, mungkin juga akhirnya juga karena kita juga hidupnya dengan baik dan sukses, mungkin juga pada akhirnya juga memperbolehkan kita wihara dan meditasi. Di Amerika juga banyak yang tidak diperbolehkan ke wihara. Karena mereka menganggap memuja Buddha itu memuja berhala. In Christian Catholic, we know that Jesus created Adam and Eve before we created. I was wondering, where does we came from according to the Buddha? Namo Buddha. Di dalam ajaran Kristen, kita tahu bahwa, ini saya terjemahkan ya, Tuhan Yesus menciptakan Adam dan Hawa sebelum menciptakan manusia. Saya bertanya, bagaimana kita terjadi, manusia terjadi menurut ajaran agama Buddha.
If you want to understand more and more this question, please read Alagadugma Sutta. It is explained A to Z very clearly. Please back to home and study this, read and study Alagadugma Sutta. It will be it's good. It help you the answer. Please.
Anagatu Sutta, Sang Buddha menjelaskan asal mula manusia secara mendetil, panjang sekali, jadi nggak cukup waktunya.
So to explain how to the world beginning, how to all the human being beginning, and all the animals how to begin. So it's very nice.
Lain kali Bante kesini lagi menjelaskan suka itu.
Okay. It will time.
Iya,
It is very those not easy to understand. We have to mindfully. We have to. Very easy to say. Okay, God said to us. Very easy, right? God Guru life very easy. Godmother said to children, your life is very easy. But Buddhism is like that. Easy.
Di ajaran agama Buddha itu mendetil dan sangat kompleks, jadi bukan nggak bisa sepintasnya Tuhan menciptakan kita. Jawabannya panjang dan sangat kompleks.
Sorry, the sutra name is Aganya Sutra. I'm sorry, Aganya Sutra.
Aganya Sutra. Jika saya dibesarkan oleh kakek dan nenek, karena orang tua pindah kota untuk mencari nafkah, saya harus berbakti kepada siapa? Orang tua yang melahirkan atau kakek nenek yang menjaga dan membiayai saya dari kecil hingga dewasa? So the question is, if I was raised by grandparents because my parents moved for economic reason, who should I feel pity? Who should I worship? My parents, biological parents, or grandparents who raised me and financially support me from baby until adult life?
The biological parents, they are you are born in this country, this world with health, right? After different kind of happen, they are left from you. But you are not lonely. Your grandparents, your mothers and fathers' parents, they are taking care of you, and they are helping you. We are kind person. You are also a kind person, my dear. Think both they are kind. Help, both they are kind. Expert, both they are kind. You can cut your life happy, successfully. This life and next life going to be better and better. Good life, good human being. You don't worry about my parents are dead, my grandparents are dead. Maybe you have you can't know something happened, but you are good human being. You can think good, you can do good. Please kindly take care of both their.
Menurut Bante, dua-duanya. Jadi kakek nenek dan orang tua. Karena situasi dan kondisi ekonomi orang tua harus meninggalkan, jangan membenci mereka. Mungkin mereka juga punya alasan. Jadi berbaktilah kepada dua set ya, kakek dan nenek, ayah dan ibu. Karena itu berkah utamanya jadi double. Kalau bisa jangan marah-marah karena ditinggal orang tua. Sayangilah mereka. Mereka juga punya alasan kenapa mereka meninggalkan titik untuk kakek dan nenek. I think that's all.
Sekianlah sesi tanya jawab pada hari ini. Kami segenap keluarga Wihara Purit dan Masuka dan para umat yang telah hadir pada kebaktian hari ini mengucapkan closing. Sebelumnya, apakah Bante memiliki closing statement untuk kebaktian hari ini?